Vikings making some moves in free agency. Let's take a look at some of the top needs, or maybe they're not needs anymore. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and like I said, Vikings have been making some moves, getting rid of players, adding players in free agency. Let's go through the top needs heading into the offseason and see if there's still a need, maybe a bigger need.
Before we get into those needs and how they've changed, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the vids, smash that subscribe button, and comment. We'd like to hear from you guys, and don't forget to drop hashtag LiftBridge, hashtag badass, and hell, hashtag 9,000. There's a lot of giveaways to be done.
Let's do this. Join us live tonight, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Lot to talk about. Lot.
So much.
Let's do it. Let's start with the big one. Let's start with the defensive freaking line. So far, we've lost Tomlinson. We've added not a damn soul. What a need.
This is huge. This has got to be considered number one need for the Vikings right now, as of this moment, as of 12/28 on March 15th. Yeah, losing Tomlinson was huge. There was hope we were going to get him back when that whole negotiation period was extended, and the Browns swoop in and give him a shit ton of money, and now the Vikings D-line is looking very, very scant.
Yeah, day one, if week one was today, our starters would be James Lynch, Tonga, and Harrison Phillips. We wanted Tomlinson back at that price. Hell no, not a chance in hell. So huge need. And looking at, we're going to talk about corner too, but we just brought in Murphy, a big time corner. So you'd think this is probably going to have to get squashed in the draft.
D-line?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's got to be one of your first two picks. If it's not 23.
So yeah, biggest need by far. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to cornerback. We've lost Peterson and Dantzler. We still got some free agents, but the lost are just ones that have officially signed somewhere else. And then we added Byron freaking Murphy.
Yeah, it definitely lessens the need, but it's still a need. It's still definitely. I think they can still go corner at 23. This doesn't stop them from doing that. I think you're going to add one at some point in the draft. It's more. I think it makes it more flexible when you can address this corner spot.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is a lot of the other teams in the league that needed corners, they're adding them as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if some of these top round one corners start falling. But 100%, if one of those corners are there, take them. Don't think twice. I would still love them to add another veteran, obviously lower level. Maybe Duke Shelley, bring him back.
That would be nice.
But yeah, cornerbacks still need. But what a get yesterday with Murphy.
That was huge. Love it.
Speaking of huge, let's go to inside linebacker. We lost Kendricks and we structured Hicks.
I'll let you start on this one.
I think it's still a need, especially when it comes to depth. But I don't think we're going to see anything splashy in free agency. I don't think we're going to see anything splashy in the draft. I think we add maybe another vet, maybe a later round guy, but the Trenton Simpson, stuff like that. I mean, the fact that they restructured Hicks, I don't think they're going to do anything else.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's first round. I think maybe it could still be third round. I mean, Jordan Hicks, everybody's pointing out, he was good against the run. Well, he was horrible against the pass. Hopefully Brian Flores used it a little bit differently, so we're not seeing the same Hicks that we saw a year ago out there struggling for the majority of the time. And I mean, God, the other thing that gives me hesitation if they're going to go this route in the draft, they mentioned Troy Dye at the press conference. They mentioned William Quinectu. So they still have like high hopes for those guys. So I still think there's probably a role for them. So that with bringing in Jordan Hicks, I'm thinking maybe 5th, 6th round now they look at a linebacker. It definitely gets bumped down.
Yeah, I mean, they could have just cut Hicks and saved a lot of money. So Hicks is in their plans. So, I mean, they're clearly not scared to get rid of former regime players. So Asamoah and Hicks, like I said, if a pace is there in a later round or something, snap them up. But I think that's so far off their radar. Yeah. Beep, beep, beep.
Is it injury report time?
That was a radar. All right, let's go. Next up, wide receiver. We lost Thielen. Added nobody. Not a single person.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really ranking the Vikings' needs right now, it's probably D-line. Then, I mean, receivers got to be way up there, too. You got Justin Jefferson, KJ Osborne, Jalen Naylor, Jalen Reagor. Still need to have one more guy in that mix. Will it be a high draft pick? It very well could be.
Yeah, and we just did a video on Jerry Jeudy trade. Lupagus wanted nothing to do with him, and I think Osborne just meant to be a number 3. If he was a number 2, would he be fine? Yeah, he'd probably be fine. But I've doubted him before. Maybe he'll make me look like a fool again. But wide receiver still, like it's depth wise even. I want a veteran. I want a free agent veteran. Doesn't cost a ton of money, and then a receiver like in the first, even round 4 would be fine for me.
Absolutely, it's a good receiver class this year too. You're going to find talent well into day 3.
Rashee Rice, make it happen. Make it happen, Kwesi. Last one, and again, these aren't really in the particular order, but interior offensive line, we've lost nobody. We got some free agents out there. We re-signed the monster of Garrett Bradbury.
You take this one. You start.
Well, we clearly need depth. I mean, Chris Reed restructured, but Schlottman's still a free agent out there. We need depth for sure, but our starting line is set for next year. So any pie in the sky ideas of an early draft pick or just monster free agent signing is not a chance in hell.
The John Michael Schmidt's dreams are dead. I still think you look for a later round interior O lineman. You look at Drew Scruggs because Bradbury's contract wasn't, it didn't bend the Vikings over. So if he struggles, they could go with someone else. He's only at $5 million each year. So if he reverts back to Garrett Bradbury of 2020, Vikings do have some options they can go with here. So I think a late round pick is still in the cards, but yeah, nothing before round 5, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that there's some veterans out there, and we see it in the interior offense, especially with guards, that they just hang around forever. And then come June, come July, someone wants to come in on the cheap, because as far as rookie interior offensive linemen, I want to spend it elsewhere. I wouldn't mind spending every one of our picks on defensive line.
I believe your boy's still out there to be had, isn't he?
Yeah, but that's because he's looking to get a ton of cheddar. Dalton Reisner. Dalton Reisner is going to get that bag, but it's not going to be from the Vikings. I wish. And we're going to get crap for everyone saying, Ed Ingram sucks. Ed Ingram sucks. We're not saying that the line is great. We're just like, these are their guys. They're going with them.
Yeah. So, whether you like it or not, this is likely going to be the line, barring something unforeseen, which has been the theme of free agency so far.
And our offensive line is underrated, damn it. We got 2 fantastic tackles, decent left guard, a right guard that just coming of age. Is that what it's called? And then a center that's just fine.
Let's let Ed Ingram have a full offseason. Let's let him develop. Let's let him learn. Let's let him get in the playbook, get with the coaches over the whole entire year, and see how it does for year 2 for him.
Speaking of develop, I was a late bloomer to develop.
You were. I remember. I remember it well.
All right, those are the big ones. These are the needs right here. Let us know if you still think one of these are needs, or should cross it off the list.
All right, remember this. Flushing your toilet actually sends fecal matter and other bacteria flying around your bathroom. It's best to put the lid down before flushing.